Hey guys, Vapid Actions here. Today we're going to be starting a new Minecraft series based in 1.6.4. As you can see, we are running a whole lot of mods for this run through. We got everything from thermal expansion to industrial craft. Basically, we started with the same mod pack as Direwolf 20, and then kind of modified a few of the mod packs to work for more for my kind of play style. One of the big ones we got rid of was Morph. Morph is a really fun mod, but personally I find it's a little overpowered, even with the limitations in the config, and it's just too tempting, so I got rid of it. And then I added a bunch of stuff. Added Galacticraft, so that's going to be our big goal for the series, is we're going to try and get to and start terraforming Mars, make a nice big base there. And we do want flight, so I added in advanced genetics, so we're going to have some fun there as well. So let's jump in here to a new game, whole new world. Let's go to Mars. Alright, let's go. So we're going to be covering as many mods as I can in this pack, hopefully everything throughout the series. One of the ones we're going to be starting with right away is we want to get into Tinker's Construct. Definitely a very, very powerful mod, and gives you a great opening to the game. Lots of tools to work with, lots of really powerful combinations to really get your processing going. So let's see what we spawn with. We spawn in the middle of a jungle. You know, I'm not a big fan of building a base in the jungle, so we're going to see where we can go, what we can find. Let's get out of this jungle. Preferably, I'd like to be in a desert or next to a desert, mainly because we are going to need a lot of ender pearls later on. And I mean a lot of them. So if we can get somewhere where we have a desert in sight, that'd be beautiful. I see a little bit of block lag going on here. We're still loading up. See a biome switch ahead here. Looks like some extreme hills. So let's see what we can find. Now, extreme hills, I'm not really against building a base in. Again, a desert would be best, but we want to stay away from jungles. I find they're just really annoying to try and build in, and we want to stay away from too much water, because again, that's going to make it harder for us to get ender pearls. Few less spawns when you're near a lot of water. Enderman spawns, that is. So let's go cruising and see what's on the other side of this biome. We'll pick up a bit of barley here, just so that we will have some emergency food, just in case. Oh, a little bit of lag there. Let's actually grab these bushes as well. Good fruit bushes. Hey, so these extreme hills are going on forever. So we've got a bunch of mods here you can see cropping up. Here we have Thaumcraft, of course. Wow. Can't believe I didn't remember the name of it. I don't play around a lot with Thaumcraft. I threw it in here. We're gonna try and figure it out later. But it's not one of the big ones I've really gotten into. It's definitely powerful. I just find by the time you can really do a lot with Thaumcraft, you can do a lot more with some other mods. So there we're going into a snow biome. We don't really want that, and then we can see over in that direction there's a lot of water. So let's try this direction again. We are going to pick up the sugarcane on our way by here. We're going to want a decent supply of paper later on. So we'll just make sure that we grab that while we can. Oh, and I see a lot of sand there. Maybe a desert? Or it may just be a big beach. Let's go see. So we're running the Sortex fan version texture pack here. I do enjoy this texture pack myself. Some people find it's a little bit bland, but I like it. It's nice and clean in my opinion. So perfect. We have a desert. We have a bunch of basalt here. I'm not sure what we'd actually need that for, but it's there. And so this is actually a really, really nice area. We have a big desert here to ourselves, and we have a nice giant plain. Make it really easy to build on. And I even see some rubber trees off in the distance. There is a dungeon there. I'm a little bit worried about that, but we'll just build far enough away from it, and we can go loot it later. So this is a pretty nice location. I'm pretty happy with this, honestly. And we're kind of surrounded by rivers here, so that might hurt our Enderman spawns, but I think this area is big enough. I do have lucky blocks installed for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it's there. I think for now I'm just going to ignore them. I might actually remove the lucky block mod afterwards. I'm not sure what it's doing in this pack. Must have got included by accident. So let's start grabbing some wood here. So first things first, we need a hovel. We need somewhere to hide before we start getting ourselves into trouble. So let's just quickly grab a few blocks here. Yeah, that'll be good enough for now. Okay. And just enough to make a couple of axes. Alright. We do have tree capitator installed, so we're going to be logging these big trees right away here, but they take a little while to take down, especially with a wooden axe. There she goes. That was actually a lot slower than I was expecting. Alright. I know, multiple types of wood, but we'll use it. We'll use it all. So the interesting thing about Tree Capitator is it actually checks the amount of logs that you're going to be mining, I guess, and it adds up the time for all of them. So you only have to hit the one block, but you have to hit it for as long as it would take you to break each individual block that you're going to end up breaking. So we'll just get ourselves a couple more logs here. This is nice. We got a river here, we've got a bunch of sand, and I can already see clay to my right there. And we're going to need that stuff for Tinker's Construct. So that's beautiful. Okay, so we've got a little supply of wood here. And we are going to build ourselves a small hovel. Just a little hole in the dirt, you know. Looks like we already got a hole here. The big hole already goes down into a mine. You know what? I think we will actually build our hovel in here. We are going to steal this from the mobs. So let's build ourselves a couple of shovels here. So this definitely isn't very long term. This is just to get us safe here. So let's, just for now, we'll block that off. There we go. And we'll dig this out a bit more. Alright, what's down here? Oh, we have untextured blocks. We'll see if we can fix that later. Yeah, so one of our big goals right off the bat is we're going to be rushing to Tinker's Construct. We're going to try and get what's called a smeltery up and running right away. And that'll allow us to make a hammer. And the Tinker's Construct hammer actually allows you to mine stone in a 3x3 area. So as you can probably imagine, you can get a lot of mining done really fast with a hammer. Alright. So we've got a little hovel here. Little hole in the dirt. That works for me. And let's just clear an area out on top. Now, all this grass can get a little bit annoying. And these flowers that we see here, they're from Pneumatic Craft, which we might get into a bit. I haven't quite decided at what point we're going to get into that. Pneumatic Craft definitely offers some interesting things, but I haven't personally found a ton of use for what it offers. Not in a single player game. Definitely in multiplayer, it's very, very nice. So we're starting to run out of time here. Our hovel is taking too long, which is really sad because it's a hole in the ground. I mean, it doesn't get much simpler. But we are still running out of time. Come on, hovel faster. Oh man, my block placing skills are not up to par. And I think I'm actually going to run out of blocks for this. Definitely am. Uh-oh. Okay. That's fine. That is perfectly alright. We will just murder anything that attempts to enter our hovel. Yeah. I think we're going to be camouflaging the last few pieces here. Nothing to see here. Oh, it's a little dark. Let's block off. Yeah. Let's block that off. And unfortunately, we didn't get any coal. I'm actually going to need to steal 3 of these. The hovel was a bit bigger than I was originally planning. Oh, zombie. Stay out there, zombie. We do not appreciate you around here. I need 2 more. I cannot count. I actually thought I still had some sticks left over. I did not. There we go. So, we are going to hope that when we dig down here, we are going to find some coal. Where are we going to make this? Let's put this Yeah, let's put it right in the corner here. Let's start digging here. Come on, coal. Another really nice thing I see is I see some surface lava to the left of me over on the map. Oh, that's not the right map. But yeah, over to the left of me I can see a little bit of red there, which means we're sitting pretty close to some surface lava, which again will be great for getting Tinker's construct up and running right away. Not having much luck with the coal here. It's quartz. I will want that, but not right now. Right now I just want coal. Because we're probably going to get ambushed from up there any second. Coal, yes. And so we're just going to take a few here. And we're going to run up to the back up to the top here and hope that nothing has spawned yet. Okay, we're still good. It's not much, but it'll do. So if you have NEI installed, which is what gives you all these items over here, then you can actually hit F7 on your keyboard and it will bring up little markers on the ground. So you can see these little X's here, and the red X's indicate that a monster can spawn there during the day or night. If there's nothing on the ground, it means that monsters won't spawn there. And if there's a yellow X, it means that monsters can spawn there at night, but they can't spawn during the day if there's a yellow X. So we're going to keep going down here. We're going to get ourselves some more coal. We'll get all the coal. Vanilla Minecraft coal definitely gets old pretty easily, but with the mods that we have, coal is actually pretty important. Eventually we're going to have more than we know what to do with, but in the early game we're going to need it to run our generators. So we're going to want a lot of it. Or in particular our dynamos, because we're going to be starting with thermal expansion, and thermal expansion is going to be using dynamos for power. Which is just basically their version of a generator. I don't want to waste my torches, so instead of lighting that up, I'm just going to fill it in. There we go. And get my walkway back. Perfect. And it's not perfect, it's a block of dirt there, but it'll work. Eventually, we'll make it all nice and pretty, but for now it'll do. So we have a little pipeline going down. I can see some iron there. That's all good. And I'll actually light this up here. So we will be coming back to this tunnel eventually. So I only have one mallow berry, but let's eat it. There we go. And I picked up some barley earlier so that we'd have a bit of bread. Beautiful. And we still got a ways to go until light. So I guess we're gonna have to keep digging. We're gonna need some more wood. Sorry, planks. I'll replace you later. Now, nothing jump in here while I'm removing these planks, alright? So we can see in the top right corner there, I have a nice little mini-map. It doesn't have any monster spawns on it. It just gives me a map of the area that I've explored, and that's given to us by Journey Map. There is newer versions of Journey Map which offer monster spawns on there. I've seen them on different 1.7 packs, but I haven't actually seen that version of Journey Map for 1.6.4, though it may be out there. If you want monster spawns on 1.6.4, which is what we're currently running, there is definitely a couple good mini-maps out there. You can go with Ray's mini-map, is a really good one that I recommend, or there is Zan's mini-map, which is another great one. So we're just going to make a bunch of sticks here. Perfect. And we're going to make a stack of torches. Beautiful. And let's just finish that. Okay, and let's make a few pickaxes here. Now, unfortunately, my inventory is getting a bit loaded. I haven't had a chance to make any chests yet, but we'll definitely get to that. And so let's grab this we don't need that right now. Never mind. I'm sure I won't forget where that is. It's at the top of my tunnel. So let's keep going down. Let's see what we can find. Now, for now, I don't really want to mess around with creatures out there. So we're gonna let them do their own thing out there, and we're gonna keep going down. I've got a big fire going on over there. I'm actually kind of curious as to what's on fire. You know, it's probably oil. We have Buildcraft installed here, so there's probably a little oil well over there. And it's caught fire probably from a nearby lava spawn. So we'll just throw down another torch. Boink. Yeah, I didn't do a good job with those dirt blocks. There we go. Ah, we've hit a roadblock. We cannot mine through that stuff. That Ars Magica ore. Alright, so we're gonna have to make a turn here. Which I believe will lead us right into the chasm. Which is unfortunate, but we can bridge it. Oh, skeleton. Hi, skeleton. So, about that bridging it, we're not going to do that. We are going to go this way, which I believe leads into a second chasm. This one isn't that bad. We can do this. Hello? Is there anyone there? No? Okay. And we're actually going to block this off and throw down a torch because I think we're getting pretty close to day. And we do not want to miss our opportunity to go collect more wood. However, I think it's raining outside. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to do a bunch of collection here. We're going to make this trip well worth our while. And we are going to make a stone shovel, because we can. And because we're going to want to gather a bunch of clay. And eventually sand as well, but we're going to gather what we can. Yeah. You know what, let's kill a few of these sheep here and get us some wool, so we don't have to wait for the night to end again. We can just sleep through it. There we go. And let's grab us some clay. So I'll normally go for about 2 stacks plus a few. I want 2 stacks specifically for Tinker's Construct, and then I'll grab a few more because you will need clay for some other things down the road. So we'll just mine out the clay that's right here, and then we'll see what we end up with. Alright, let's collect it all. And what do we got? We got almost 3 stacks. That's perfect. Now we are going to need a bunch of sand as well. But I think I know a place where we can get sand. We'll stop mining out our river here because we appear to be right over top of one of the chasms. And we don't want to start flooding them while we're trying to bridge through the chasms. So let's grab some wood. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab a little bit of wood, and then we're going to go make some stone axes and come back with the stone axes so that this isn't quite so slow. Oh, and I'm heading in the wrong direction. Our hovel is this way. Our beautiful, beautiful hovel. Nope. There we go. Alright, so I think I'm going to end this episode here. We've got our little hovel in the ground. We've got a beautiful place that we're going to start building. I'm going to collect a bunch of resources before the next episode. Primarily, I'm going to be going after sand, gravel, and clay. Those are going to be our big things. We already have that clay, luckily enough, so I'm going to go grab some sand, some gravel, and then in the next episode we're going to get started on Tinker's Construct and making ourselves some real tools to work with instead of these workaday wooden axes. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.